Developing this morning, we're looking into what will happen now that federal agents have searched Mar-a-Lago, the Palm Beach home of former President Donald Trump.
All right, a source tells us NBC News the search was tied to classified information that the former president allegedly took from the White House in January 2021.
We do have team coverage of this historic event. Lenny Supal will have details about the clash between demonstrators and supporters that happened right outside the mansion. But we begin first with the very latest from NBC's Susan McGinnis.
The FBI on Monday executing a search warrant on Mar-a-Lago, the Florida home of former President Trump.
This could only happen if a judge found probable cause to believe that evidence of a crime will be found there.
Mr. Trump, can we get your reaction to the raid, sir?
Trump not in Florida during the search, ignoring questions as he left Trump Tower in New York. In a statement, he says his home was under siege, raided and occupied by a large group of FBI agents, and said they even broke into my safe. A source familiar with the matter telling NBC News the search was tied to classified information Trump allegedly took to Mar-a-Lago from the White House when he left office.
National security concerns clearly enter in, as do questions about his motive in retaining secret and top secret documents.
In February, the National Archives retrieved 15 boxes of White House records Trump removed. It asked the Justice Department to examine whether his handling of White House records violated federal law.
There's no family in American history that has taken more arrows in the back than the Trump family.
Trump supporters in Congress lining up to defend him.
What was on the warrant? What were you really doing? What were you looking for? Why not talk to President Trump and have him give the information you're after?
In Florida, protesters gathered, reaction strong on both sides.
It's very disturbing. The man did nothing while he was in office, and I think they're on a witch hunt again.
He's going to go down for this, and it's going to be a great day, man.
Trump calling the action politically motivated, saying radical left Democrats desperately don't want me to run for president. In Washington, Susan McGinnis, NBC News.
Well, overnight there were demonstrations at Mar-a-Lago, both against and in support of former President Trump. WPTV News Channel 5's Lenny Supal is there right now.
Lenny, some say the news blindsided them. Others say it was only a matter of time.
Good morning. Yes, some say it was only a matter of time. And right now we are just about less than half a mile away from former President Donald Trump's Palm Beach estate, Mar-a-Lago. And it's quiet now, the mood very serene, a stark contrast to what we saw last night when about 100 people flocked to the Southern Boulevard Bridge that leads to Mar-a-Lago. We'll go ahead and take you to the scene where it was a very spirited crowd after the FBI executed a search warrant on the Palm Beach estate. The crowd growing larger during the night. Some here to support the president, calling this a political move to prevent him from his bid to president in 2024, others demonstrating against him.
I'm out here, I'm happier than pie, because this is about time that something like this has happened out here.
It's disturbing. It's very disturbing. The man did nothing while he was in office, and I think they're on a witch hunt again.
Other than a few shouting matches, the gathering remained pretty peaceful. And coming up over the next hour, we will have more reaction from both supporters and opponents from throughout the night. Reporting live from Palm Beach this morning, Lenny Supal, WPTV News Channel 5.
Okay, Lenny, thank you so much for that report. We're certainly going to keep an eye to see what unfolds this morning. The former president says the search was unnecessary and inappropriate. He made this statement on social media, his platform called Truth Social. He went on to say the federal government is weaponizing the justice system and blamed the attack on, quote, radical left Democrats.
Governor DeSantis calling the search, quote, an escalation in the weaponization of federal agencies against the regime's political opponents, seemingly accusing Democrats or the White House of purposefully targeting former President Trump.
Florida's Senate Democratic leader is firing back at the governor. On Twitter, she wrote, quote, the governor is asserting the Mar-a-Lago raid was a political hit job. He's wrong, end quote. Now, she went on to say no one's above the law, not even a former president.
This morning.